Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well on this beautiful Monday morning. Look, I hope that you guys had a wonderful weekend and that the international break is not too taxing on your mental health, because I know certainly for me, without Premier League football and
my disappointment is immeasurable.
I've been wanting to do this video for quite some time. I just never really got around to it. It's really just for me about how do I rate our season this far. And there's going to be a couple of cool things that I want to go through. Essentially, what are the good things that I actually like seeing? What are some of the bad things that have happened this season? And of course, the ugly things. But let's call that the footy, right? And in there, I want to really kind of like pick up about our December fixture list or the games that are coming up. Also, any transfers that's happening, and maybe touch on the contract situation, but let's see how that kind of goes. Can we just give it up for Arne Slot? I didn't give him a chance. Like, I can sit here and tell you, oh, I've always believed in it and all that. Every single thing told me that this appointment was not gonna be smooth sailing.
What?
You're replacing an iconic manager as in Jurgen Klopp. What? And you're coming into a well-established team, and for you to bring in your own philosophy, your own design, your own thinking, there's a laundry list of managers that have failed.
Are you serious?
In that kind of respect. So you know what, I gotta give Arne Slot the biggest amount of credit. I mean, for me, what was really apparent, what was really cool for me, what to see was that it was really just an evolution. It wasn't about coming in and fucking throwing the baby out with the bathwater and all that kind of stuff. It really just was really well measured and considered. What you hear from the players, the way he coaches them, the way he speaks to them, in that very Dutch way, which is very direct, no bullshit, let's get things done. Even just the results aside, if you look at the kind of players that he and his coaching staff has improved. I mean, we can talk about Ryan Gravenberch, a whole video about Ryan Gravenberch, Trent Alexander-Arnold's role and how he plays in the new system and how much stronger he looks. The resurgence of Ibrahim Konate after a massive injury. Mad props to him. You can look at Mo Salah in the way that he's become more of also like a playmaker in this Arne Slot system. It's absolutely insane that all of these things are starting to click into place. And at the end of the day, if you just look at those metrics, if you look at player improvements, you look at the league position both in the Premier League and in the Champions League, and on top of that also you're in a quarterfinal of the, what is that trophy called again?
A few moments later.
The Carabao Cup. Yeah. I think we're still the holders. Who cares, man? But everything about Arne Slot has really slotted into place. I will never ever do that again. Okay, just so you know. I'll never do that pun, though I do appreciate the good pun. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. So, in terms of the Slot evolution, I've never seen anything like this before. A manager that comes in and makes that massive big of an impact. The thing that I really like about him as well is that he is someone that he doesn't look like he gets ahead of himself. And just like Jurgen Klopp. He would not look at this league position that we are in at the moment and think that the league is won. I think for me that's very, very important. Everybody can get carried away like Arsenal fans or whatever. When they're top of the Premier League on Christmas, we know that means nothing, right? And I hope that you guys are also in here. We should rein it in a little bit. It's been a good foundation. Arne Slot has laid a fantastic foundation for the team, but that was Act 1 in a movie where there's 3 acts. This was Act 1. This was the setup. Okay, so now we've all bought into it. Now with this upcoming list of fixtures, coming up in December, it's gonna really test us. I think we play something like was it 9 games or something like that in 4 weeks? or 5 weeks. That's mad. But it's England. There's no break. We understand that. But like, you know what? That's the thing that I was saying. I think he also understands that. We understand that. So, for us, what a foundation! What an absolute foundation! I'm loving what I'm seeing over here. If we have to look at some of the negatives, and you know, we have to be real, right? There were a lot, many games. Many games where in the first half we were just not at it. We didn't look anything like a team that could be challenging. And you know what? I also look at us as when I look at it like the eye test, I see the league position and I see like we're winning it. But if I look at the eye test, I don't think we're there yet in terms of a title winning team yet, because I don't think we do ourselves any favors in the first half, right? So to me, that is still one of the biggest things. And I know like people get like all triggered and stuff like that when people talk about Liverpool, that they're not challengers. Like, who cares, right? We have to be objective about it. And I can say there have been too many instances in this part of the season where we just looked completely devoid of any kind of intensity or any kind of heart and desire. We somehow seem to pick it up, and maybe that's because we started to adapt to what the other team was playing. But you know what? That's the cool thing as well. So I don't really see it as a net negative, because I do think that's great rooms and very fertile rooms for improvement in this. So you know what? I know that the coaching staffs are obviously looking at this, and we can see improvements as it kind of like happening. In all of that is large, giant slices of luck. And you know what? People think that's a bad thing. I always tell you guys, for me, is it better to be good or to be lucky? I'd rather be lucky. My God, there's nothing worse than being good and not succeeding and not getting anything out of it. You know, Jurgen Klopp teams have been really good over the last couple of seasons, but you know, we've won one Premier League. I'd rather we be lucky. The other bad thing is and you know, I've made a video so far, and this is I don't want to go too deep into it, but this PGMOL BS. You know, obviously I dropped a video for you guys last week where we spoke about the David Coote situation, and you know, at the time I did tell you guys that I didn't think that he should lose his job for calling someone a cunt. I mean, who cares? Subsequently came out. This one has been on the sniffing white powder situation. So you know what? I cannot imagine a company organization that take bigger L's than the PGMOL. They really are. They really are pathetic. Honestly, as an organization, yeah. Honestly, look, you can't. The organization is only as good as its people, right? And if your people bring your company into disrepute, if you trying to make your organization an organization that's you know, that's more transparent, that's more open and that kind of stuff, well, I can certainly tell you that we don't like how the sausages are being made at the PGMOL. The kind of bias that we hear, and you know, I went to go look back at some of those decisions. I think of the Divock Origi penalty against Man United. I think of the Martin Odegaard handball. I think of the Jeremy Doku tackle on McAllister that wasn't given. And tell me that if those referees don't have a bias, especially when it comes to the 50-50, like they don't give Liverpool any of the benefit of the doubt. So for me, I have the biggest fucking problem with that. You know, it really irks me. I hate it when people are unfair. Right? To me, the sense of injustice is something that I obviously cannot get over, but we somehow have to, because we know that VAR has been an abject failure. It was supposed to make things better and easier for us. In actual fact, it just made the referees look even more incompetent and more stupid. because they don't know how to deal with it. Hopefully next season we get the semi-automated VAR that they have at in the Champions League. You know, in the Champions League where they show you a figure and you don't have to sit and look at fucking red and blue lines on a screen or wonder where the red and blue lines is. I honestly think that this is a great moment for the PGMOL, for referees to really disrupt and change the way they are perceived and to be more open. Let us hear what they have to say. Let them have interviews after matches so we can understand what their decision was. Like if I watch rugby is a fucking intense, fast sport, but the referees are constantly communicating with the players. There's constant dialogue happening. I know what's going on at any given moment in the rugby. Why can't they do that in football? What is the point of having all these tools? Like, if you're going to buy a Ferrari and all you do is drive it around the block, what is the point? They are so up their own asses that they don't want to be touched. They don't want to be held accountable. So unless that changes, I don't see this whole referee situation changing further. I mean, they want to scrap VAR, for example, but then they have a manager kind of challenge a referee decision. That is stupid. Just use the technology correct. Be open, be transparent. That's fine, right? And that's going to be some teething problems around that. But you have to let the fans know. We can't be sitting there thinking like, why is this VAR going on? We don't even know. And then at the end, we're told it's not a goal. That's not a football experience. Come on, sort it out. Anyways, guys, the last thing I wanted to chat about, and I'm just going to touch on it briefly, and it's probably for me the most important thing in this whole 15-minute video, is a backup CDM. I know we're all getting hyper carried away with the form of the team and the results that have gone away, but we are getting into the start of the football. The football starts now. We've laid a foundation, but the football starts now, and we are going to need help. I know that Slot came in and said he didn't need anybody, but we know that this team has been needing a CDM for 2 or 3 seasons already. After Fabinho left, what did we bring in? We brought in Endo. Now, Endo was a stopgap, right? He was not going to be the ones, and that's fine. I like him as a squad player. We were lucky with Gravenberg, right? We missed out on Zubamendi, but we were lucky with Gravenberg. But if FSG is sitting on their hands in this transfer window, then I know that there's no fucking ambition then. Because then they will show us that they really care about 4th place, and that's it. So I hope with a new footballing hierarchy structure there at Liverpool, Michael Edwards is back. We've got a new sporting director. I am all for that great stuff, Liverpool. Keep it going. But don't be sitting on your hands this transfer window. I do not want to be seeing where we're not going back in for Zubamendi. If he's your guy, he's your guy. Look what United did with Amiron. He was their guy. They went in, they paid the money, and they got him out. I'm sure that by now Zubamendi, having kind of batted away the interests of Liverpool, would have saved face with his fans. But if Liverpool go in there with the money and say, bam, here we go, we want this guy, make that happen, he's going to come. It's not like a Real Sociedad is having an amazing season. He will come. And we need that backup for Ryan Gravenberg, because 2 or 3 injuries and we're back in shit's creek. Anyways, Reds, thanks for watching. I know this is a longer video than normal. I try to make it as fast as I possibly can, but it's just not possible. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about all of the things that I said over here. Let me know what about the CDM, because I think that's fucking super important. Let me know how you feel about the PGMOL. And also, you know, what do you rate Slot's performance so far this season? I certainly give it an A. Thanks for watching. Like all that kind of stuff. And you know what? If you want to help the channel out, subscribe and all that lovely stuff. That helps the algorithm. And I'll see you guys at the next video. This weekend, we're back on Sunday. We're playing Southampton. Forgot. Woo! Let's go.